Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'll be using the new MTPredictor version 7.5 beta to have a look at the US eminis and see how they unfolded yesterday, which was Monday the 17th of December. This is what we've got yesterday here. The market went up, made a high, came back down, made a corrective low, then a rally into the end. If we zoom in a bit, you can see that our STF, in other words our colour trend indicator, was blue stroke black throughout all of the day. So in other words the trend, larger degree trend, was basically up. So you would have actually avoided this particular sell setup here. The only people who would have been considering this particular sell setup, as it's against the blue STF, would have been the more advanced traders among you, and the reason would have been, if I put the Elliott waves on, you can see that this would have been a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a wave 5 high at the minimum wave 5 WPT. So the advanced traders among you could have considered taking a short trade off that particular high. However, I want to look at the standard trade setups, and if I zoom in, you can see we had a lovely TS4 buy setup here. If I right mouse click, analyze setup, you can see that the market came in here, took us into a long trade. Remember, we use correct position sizing to vary the number of contracts, lots and shares to keep our initial risk small and under control. The market then went straight up to our first target, excuse me, where a potential 3.7 hour profit was available. However, when the market reached this level here, what we do is we then come down to look at our STF strength bands. These are our grey lines here. So you can see at 1551, if I come down to 1551, which is there, you can see that the STF was just catching the strength band. Therefore we deem this as what we call strong. Therefore we use our ATR stop to manage the trade, because we're anticipating that if the market's strong, it's going to run further, and that's exactly what it did, with the market staying or the trade staying long into approximately the close, which was there. So the actual profit for this particular trade would have been a very healthy plus 6.1 hour profit. So if I zoom out a bit, that's the summary for the day. One long trade there from that corrective low right up into the close of the day for a lovely plus 6.1 hour profit. The other markets were pretty similar as well. On the NQ, you can see we had a TS3 set up here. Again, if I put the analysis on, market goes up into that level there, and at that point the STF technically would have been weak, not quite at the STF strength band, but nevertheless still a nice plus 5.5 hour profit. In other words, the profit is 5.5 times the initial risk. Russell Index, a lovely TS4 buy setup there. Analysis shows the potential profit going up into the first target there. And on the YM, again, we had the situation where the STF was blue. So only advanced traders would have been considering this sell setup here. However, all MTPredictor traders would have been considering this DP buy, because it was on a black STF. Market went into the first target for a plus 3.5 hour profit. What I will say on this particular setup is this was a very good setup, because it was also what we call a VSA setup. Now if I look at this bar here, this made a wide range bar down below this low. It had our STF indicator red, which was our red bar you can see there. So that indicates that there's something unusual going on with this volume in this particular bar. If this volume had been selling, the market would have carried on down lower. However, it didn't. It basically reversed at our DP level, which is what we've got here. It then made a blue buy reversal bar, which indicated that the high volume in this particular bar here at 1418 was actually buying. Now if it's buying, that means it's the professionals buying off the amateurs. Now when we get professional buying like this in our VSA setup, we normally assume that the market is going to go with us very strongly, because the professionals are not going to move the market and only just move it a short way. They're going to want to get some profit, so they're going to want to move it a long way, and you normally get quite a big move. So when you get a setup like this that's a VSA setup as well, rather than using the first target, which is off the first minor pivot there, you could go back to the prior pivot, which was here, put your DP target on, which was higher, and as such you should really be aiming for at least 5.9R. Now we use our STF, which was definitely strong, so that would have held you into the close, which was about there. So actually on this YM trade, for the more advanced users among you, the result should have been a lovely 7R profit. Whereas if we look at this, we put the session breaks on, it would mean that you would have had a long trade there right up into the close for a plus 7R profit. Now remember, 7R means a profit of approximately 7 times the initial risk. So overall, it was a very good day for MTPredictor, where we had some lovely buy setups coming in early afternoon that caught the strong rally into the close on the YM, the ES, the NQ, and the Russell Index, all of them producing good profits, and some particularly on the ES, just using the standard trade management guidelines, would have produced a very healthy profit there in this particular example, plus 6R profit. So a very good day for both standard and advanced MTPredictor's users yesterday, in particular just the standard users using the standard and automatic trade setups.